Hello, everybody, and welcome to From the Slab with Monkey Boy and Chris. And I'm Monkey Boy, and this is just Chris.
Oh, Tony.
Hello, Tony.
He's been waiting a while to unleash this on us.
Oh, my God, he has. Tonight's movie is Uncle Peckerhead.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes, Uncle Peckerhead.
100%?
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, 100% out of what, though?
17 reviews. 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So 17 people liked it.
Well, 17 critics liked it.
I guess I should also begin by telling you guys we got a little bit of a different show tonight because Quizmaster Jason's not feeling so good. So let's send out some love to Quizmaster Jason.
Yes.
So we do not have a game tonight. Although one of you will be picking the movie. So stick around in the chat and find out how that's going to work. We'll be doing that towards the end.
We'll find out how it's going to work too.
Yeah, we're not real sure how this is going to work, but we're going to figure something out.
Because I've got enough to say about this movie.
Yeah, we can talk. Went and saw the movie Thanksgiving.
How was that?
It was good. It was good. It was completely cliche in an ironic kind of way. And it was, it's what's his name? Eli Roth. And so it was gorier than like it could have been the movie Scream, although there was actual gory shit in it.
All right.
And it was really good. The opening sequence is really good. Like it's worth a watch. I don't know
good things.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go to the theater for it, but I do know, which I did, but you know what I mean? I don't know if I would recommend going to the theater for it. It's not one of those things you have to go to the theater for. You know,
right.
But it was definitely a good watch.
I saw the movie Socks.
Socks?
I saw the movie Socks.
How was Socks?
A lot less footwear involved than I anticipated, but it was a nice surprise. It was way better than I expected it to be.
Very nice.
And so if anybody is looking for a good recommendation, I say see Socks. SAWX. Socks.
It's much better than Cocks.
Yes.
So this movie, Uncle Peckerhead, was so incredibly awesome that nobody on that small little thing we call the internet had written a synopsis on this movie. So this was not a ready-made thing. This lovely movie. I had to spend a little time starting a synopsis, and then I got about halfway through and said, I got about a quarter of the way through, and I said, you know what, fuck this. I can just wing it from here. So, but first we got to watch the trailer. I got to put up a banner first. Let me create a banner. We do not own the copyrights to this trailer.
It falls under fair use.
It falls under fair use. Not my trailer. All right. Good. Add banner. There we go. Oh, it fall. That's all right. People don't understand what you're saying when you spell things incorrectly nowadays. It's part of the thing. So let's go ahead and watch the trailer to Uncle
Peckerhead.
I think this is it. No, it's not. Okay, this might be it.
Band meeting. 6 shows, 7 days.
And what do you guys need a van for?
So that our band can go on tour.
I can drive y'all. Every touring band needs a roadie, don't they?
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
My name's Peckerhead.
That is not your name.
It's tour time.
Beck, we gotta move. Let's go. What could be taking him so long? Hello?
Every night at midnight, I turn into something.
Who's to say it wouldn't be one of us next time?
I am in complete control.
Yo! Put your head down so we can get the top of your dome!
Yes, ma'am.
Woo!
Uncle
Peckerhead. Yes, Uncle Peckerhead. Did anybody else see this movie besides us and Tony? If you're in the chat, all right, Brady loves this movie.
There's one.
Okay, I can take this banner down, I think.
Hello, Jackie.
Yeah. Hi, Jackie. How are you, darling? All right. Uncle Peckerhead. I guess it's time to synopsize this brilliant
Piece of
American
American
of a movie.
Requires a drink.
Requires a drink. Cheers to you. I'm just drinking apple juice in case. All right. So Uncle
Tell us about Uncle Peckerhead.
Uncle Peckerhead. It starts with Judy, who's at her last second of work as a barista / scone maker, saying goodbye to coworkers who don't like her and she could care less about. As she walks out, she sees the Independent Club, which is across the street, and they're changing their marquee because a band dropped off. She takes this opportunity to hound the promoter into listening to her demo tape of her band, Duh. Hi, Delilah. Her band, Duh, and tries to fill the opening slot that is now abandoned. Upon arriving at the band house, she picks up the obligatory eviction notice on the door and enters to find guitar player, co-vocalist Max on the couch sleeping off a marijuana high. Drummer and overall I don't care girl, Mel, comes down the stairs and to make the band complete. Okay, they have a band meeting where they discuss unrealistic musician expectations of becoming rich and famous by being discovered, and about how they are going to go on tour the next morning. Welcome to New Jersey. All right. So the next morning comes.
6 shows in 7 days.
6 shows, 7 days. The next morning comes, and they are leaving. And as they're leaving, they see their minivan being repossessed conveniently right before their eyes. Because if it wasn't.
And you know Mel's the drummer because she's carrying a single tom.
She's got a tom in her hands. She
Yeah.
does. They decide that they will put up flyers on every van they can find, asking if they could borrow it and go on tour, because that's something somebody would obviously do, is just lend them their van if they don't know. But okay. Suspension of disbelief kicked in. And they put the flyer in the van of a homeless guy who catches up to them and says, "You can't borrow my van, but I can drive you and be your roadie." So,
not suspicious at all.
Not suspicious at all. At all. And being desperate, they take him up on the offer. They ask him his name. And as they begin the trip, and he says his name is Peckerhead. He says his name is Peckerhead because that's what his dad called him. The best line in the entire movie. Okay.
Actually, there's one line I like better. We'll get to it, though.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. They go to the first show, and Judy already doesn't like Peckerhead. The show they perform for very few people, and the band is actually halfway decent. They're not bad as a band. They're okay. But they perform for like very few people, and they get paid $3.
And why do they get paid $3?
Go ahead.
$1 per head.
$1 per head.
That's my favorite line.
So they get paid $3. Peckerhead asks, "What time is it?" And finding out it's almost midnight, he says he has to go to the bathroom, go in and go to the bathroom. As the band is waiting in the car, in the van, it seems like it's taking him a really long time. So Judy goes inside to find him. She walks in only to find that Peckerhead has turned into a monster, sort of, and eaten the promoter.
And by turned into a monster, his face turned white.
His face turned very white. Oh, and he got messy. His scruffy head got a little scruffier. Maybe, I don't know. I couldn't tell. But he looked like he did a lot of cocaine, is what basically it looked like. Hi, everybody. Wait, hi, Donna. Hi, Marie.
Hello, all you beautiful people.
Happy birthday. I get Bill. Hey, hello. Donna, because Peckerhead is his dad's orientation. Okay. Yeah, and Jackie Christ is also saying happy birthday to Marie. And that's awesome. So being desperate, they took him up on the offer. I got that part going. So anyway, so it seems like it's taking a long time. So Judy goes in to find him. She walks in only to find that Peckerhead had turned into a monster and eaten the promoter. She runs screaming and starts to tell her bandmates when Peckerhead arrives and tries to lie about what went on. He begrudgingly realizes he's been caught and tells the truth. And that he did go and get them the money that they felt they were owed at the same time, which was really nice of him. He says he will take them to dinner and explain, and then if they want to leave after that, fine. So over dinner, he turns to he explains that he turns into a monster every night at midnight for 13 minutes. And promises he won't do it again. The rest of the band seems pretty nonplussed about it, but Judy's freaked. But Judy, at this point in time, seems like kind of a crabby bitch. But Then again, she did see him eating up guys. So, I mean, I get it in real life. So anyway, the rest of the band convinces Judy to continue on with Peckerhead on this tour. So that's all I have for a synopsis. From here, what happens is Judy had been speaking to another band, or more to the point, another member of another band that they're for their next show, and was offered a place to stay. They show up there, and the dude is a very good-looking guy by even B movie standards. All right, he was a good-looking fella. I mean, that's fine. Judy is amazed by the was amazed by this guy, as was Max, as was Uncle Peckerhead. I don't know why he's Uncle Peckerhead. He's never referred to as Uncle Peckerhead. But they're all very smitten with the guy. Even the I don't care about anything drummer is like, you should fuck this guy, to Judy. When they invite him in, and they all wind up having a few drinks, going in the pool, and which gives an opportunity to show this guy without a shirt, where he becomes less attractive in my eyes. He just was a skinny dude with good cheekbones. Really, that was it. But anyway, so everybody goes to bed, and Judy's about to go to bed, and dude is sleeping on the couch without a shirt on, and he says, "Hey, you want to hang out and talk?" And then Judy says, "Sure, I will." And then they wind up doing the hibbity dibbity. Judy is nonplussed. Apparently, dude didn't do a good job at all. And also, he left. Donna, there was not an Auntie Peckerhead. There wasn't. There just wasn't. I don't know why. And hi, Jennifer. So as she's being impregnated by this guy, she looks out the window and she sees Monster Peckerhead outside the window. And she freaks out, looks away for a second, and looks back, and he's gone. The next morning, she wakes up. She has no more love for the pretty boy. They skip the whole. What's that? What's that?
He's bad at the sex.
He's bad at the sex. And Uncle Peckerhead has made scones. Now, in the beginning of the movie, she was a scone maker. And the guy was saying how good her scones were, although her coworker was saying how good her scones were, even though her other coworkers said they were shit. And so she refused to have one of Peckerhead's scones, but she winds up taking one into the other room and has a scone.
And is mad that it's so good.
And he's very mad that it's excellent. And Peckerhead actually just seems like a heck of a nice guy. He really does. Did I miss the injection part yet?
Yeah,
I did. So she had gone into the glove box. It really doesn't matter what order I go in. She had gone into the glove box and found syringes and vials of things. Asked him if he was a diabetic, and he said no. That was to sedate him so he didn't turn into a monster. Donna.
He's on it tonight.
Anyway, they go to the show. She meets this douchebag who is in one of the other bands. Notice I can't remember any of these other people's names, and don't care. I don't care. And he bums a cigarette off of Judy, and then proceeds to just really be the biggest douchey douche on earth, and then tries to leave with her entire pack of cigarettes, and she gets them back, and they don't show anything about that show. And the next morning they're leaving, and Pretty Boy goes in for the kiss, and she hands him a receipt instead. He said, "What's this for?" And she says, "It's for the morning after pill." Anyway, that was hilarious. It was a big spot. That probably won them the awards at the film festival. I think that's the one. So they move on, and apparently this other band just goes with them everywhere. The guy with the douchebag guy is playing every show on this tour now from here on in. There was supposed to be like 6 shows. We didn't see 6 shows. They go, they play another show, whatever, presumably, and they're parked in a parking lot. And Judy's really tired and decides to trust the bandmates to sedate Uncle Peckerhead in time, and while she goes to sleep in the van. And since Peckerhead has to sleep outside on the park bench, she wakes up in the morning, busts out of the van, and they're hosing blood off of dear sweet Peckerhead. At which point in time she's like, "What the fuck?" Judy is, and then they go into a nice flashback of the metalheads that had shown up, because apparently there's once again a big rivalry between punks and metalheads, which hasn't existed.
And these were the most 1984 metalheads you'll ever see. Outside of heavy metal parking lot.
And they assaulted Max with a they threw a beer can at him.
Yeah.
And Uncle Peckerhead tore them apart, basically. And that was the flashback. Judy's mad because he broke his promise. And everybody's like, "Chill out. He did it to help us." And so basically that was all fine and good. At the end of the day, it just didn't work out that well. They wound up doing I guess another show. I don't know. They didn't really show all the shows, but Uncle Peckerhead was selling, demo tapes like nobody's business. Everything he's doing turns to gold, except for the fact that he turns into this murderous monster in the middle of the night for 13 minutes at midnight and still gets to go to shows, which is weird, but okay.
Right. Obviously not headlining.
They're not headlining. Well, they did actually wind up headlining these shows because that's what she told the douchey guy, and that's all fine and good. At this point in time, they find out that they did get the opening act gig for the big show at the Independent Club when they come back. With what was the name of the band?
Don't know.
Rancid Pussy or something. It was something like that. Queef Queens. Yes, Queef Queens. Thank you. Okay. So back at the hotel, Judy's feeling really nice and good about everything. And Uncle Peckerhead's about to go into his room and go to sleep. She brings him beer. They talk and kind of kiss and make up over all the crappy things they've been doing with each other. To each other, just her crappiness to him. She finally accepts him as a member of the band, driving the van and helping to carry the non-existent equipment. Because there was no equipment in that van,
no.
Ever. So That seems like it's all fine and good. And then there's like this moment where it's just kind of a weird thing to the next day and doesn't say much. It just seems like nothing went on like the rest of the movie, but we're not talking about that yet. And they go on to the next show, which is a weird show in like a log cabin. And which is actually probably the closest thing to realism this movie had, being on tour and playing a log cabin for, 25 people happens. It really does. And everybody seems to really enjoy the band instead of, and didn't seem to like the other band, which was something, had an epic name of some sort. I don't remember.
Douchebags Are Us.
Douchebags Are Us, we're going to call them. This pretty young girl said, I loved your music. Do you need a place to stay? So they said, sure. She said, we've got another band staying, but it's cool. And of course, the other band is the band of douchebags. So they get into this girl's house, and they give Uncle Peckerhead his own. The only other room available was this little small room that they were all supposed to cram in. They just gave it to Peckerhead, and basically they were going to go sleep in the living room when they are accosted by the other band and tied up and told that they are not going to be able to make that show at the independent club, and that the douchebags were going to try to steal the slot from them. How they knew about that, I have no idea. Does not matter. Apparently not a plot point. During all of this, Uncle Peckerhead busts in as the monster and tears apart the douchebags, and then ties up the young girl and the grandmother whose house they were staying at, and puts them in the van. So it's the next day, and they're headed towards the last gig, and now they've got 2 kidnapped victims in the van. Judy's fucking furious. The rest of the
band, they are covered in Uncle Peckerhead's shit.
Oh yes, that's right. Uncle Peckerhead not only tears them apart, but shits violently all over the room. Because he bit the heart of the douchebag. The douchebag heart makes you shit, apparently. So they're covered in his feces and blood, and they have kidnapped victims, and they show up at the most important gig of her life. She then meets one of the members on the when they get there on the way in. Hello, Audrey. How are you? It's okay. You're not late. You're right on time. She then meets one of the members of the Queef Queens. Her name was Jensen or something. And she also runs a record label and says, I heard your demo and it was great, and you would be perfect for our label. We're exactly what we're looking for. And just then she sees Uncle Peckerhead walk in the door, and she says, can you excuse me for a second? Corners him in the dressing room and says, you need to leave. You are out of the band. And he said, no, I just want to stay and watch, and you can't kick me out of the band. You don't have as much power as you think you do. And the whole band votes him out. So he leaves, but the cops show up because they found the kidnapped victims in the van, and they arrest the entire band. So, I'm assuming for kidnapping. Not for the murders, because the 2 kidnapped victims say that was Uncle Peckerhead. They got arrested for murder and kidnapping. Murder and kidnapping, but they got off
with a mistrial.
So like, what was it? Months later, they get out and they're doing their first show. Oh, excuse me. And it's 11:58 or something like that at night. And they see Uncle Peckerhead walk in to their show with a "I have a grudge" look on his face. And that was the end of the story. That, to the best of my knowledge. Hey there, Otis.
Hi, Otis.
To the best of my knowledge, that was Uncle Peckerhead. Oh, yeah. Uncle Peckerhead.
Good
So,
job.
if you did see Peckerhead, what did you think of Uncle Peckerhead? And while you're coming up with something for the chat, Chris, what'd you think of Uncle Peckerhead?
I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it. I hated it so hard. I hated it so hard.
Hold on, you need your own forum here. Wait.
Oh, I hated it so hard. I hated it so hard. It's not even so bad that it's good. The dialogue was awful. The comedy was non-existent. The only thing that was mildly entertaining about this movie was how realistic it was for an unsigned independent band playing shows for $3 in front of nobody. Everything else was absolute dog shit.
And Tony had fun watching this. I bet you did, and I hope you did, Tony. I really hope you did.
This movie made me mad.
I did not have fun watching this.
No.
I wanted to try to like it.
I really tried to.
I did.
Really tried to. This movie made me mad.
It was the only character I found was likable was Max. With his, quasi homosexual ways. And his just I don't give a fuck demeanor.
General aloofness.
He was aloof. He was certainly aloof. But no, this movie actually, I lost IQ points watching this movie, and now I don't think I'm allowed back in the state of New Jersey. By the way, because I motherfucked New Jersey so badly through this movie. It was pretty horrible.
This movie is so bad it sucked the horns back into my hand. Oh yes, there's no not only does it not get horns, I now have a vestigial penis. It is now it's back up inside of me. It's an innie.
It's an innie now. Hold on. Brady.
I'm glad somebody
was fun as hell. The dude played Peckerhead was hilarious and lovable. It was just a fun, dumb watch, and it was great for that. You know what? I'm glad you did like it. I'm absolutely glad you did like it. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't. But I did not find it. I found that everything you said, it tried to do and tried to be, and I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. And I have a pretty good sense of humor usually. And I'm pretty open to things. But this
sometimes wide open.
Sometimes wide. Well, that's, you were supposed to keep that a secret. The ending was dumb. Yes. Well, the ending wasn't any dumber than the rest of it. But yes, it was dumb. The ending was dumb. Want to buy some swampland? No.
Why?
All right. Anyway, so it was. I mean, it tried. It really tried. I I watched all the Thumb movies. You ever see those? Thumbtanic,
Yeah.
Fat Thumb. Those should have won
Infinitely better.
Oscars compared to this one.
Yeah.
And as much as like as whenever I started feeling like Uncle Peckerhead was trying to be likable and or lovable, the acting got in the way.
Yeah.
And that's whatever. And then the Judy, I think I liked her better when she played Thelma and Scooby-Doo. When she was, but I thought the band was okay. I'll give it that. The band's music didn't suck that bad. It was pretty good. I mean, some of the sausage that they use for intestines look delicious. Just a thing. I don't really know.
Not a fan.
Anyway, but that's okay. I don't have to be a fan of everything. I would just like to be a fan of some things.
Yeah.
But that's also part of it. But that's just me. This movie won a lot of awards. May I also breach the topic of it started out saying this is based on a true story. Does anybody know the true story behind this?
I think that was an attempt at comedic effect.
I don't know. I'm gonna Google that right now. Based on true story. Let's see. Let's see.
There's no way it's based on a true story.
Okay. So let's see. Let's see. It says it says claims to be based on a true story, and while a lot of it feels about as realistic as Return of the Living Dead, some of this does ring true. That's about it. That's all I got. So I don't know if it was. I think maybe the getting paid $3 was.
That's definitely based on a true story.
Maybe finding somebody to drive them on a tour was a true story. That could have been it.
Yeah.
But I really highly doubt that someone was eating people.
Yeah, because that would have been somebody way more talented would have already made that into a movie.
Well, I think so too. I do. Let's see here. We got to talk to this guy first. Share this with your friends. Share it. Hit the share button. Do it now.
Now, if you want a scary movie about a punk band, just watch Green Room.
Green Room. Yes, that was good.
Yeah.
That was a scary thing.
Yeah.
It was good too. Let's see. We got some more comments here. Tony, I can't stop laughing at you guys. Thanks. I'm glad my pain brings you comfort. It's quiz time, but we have no quiz tonight. Audrey, Jason is sick, so we're gonna get to that later. But you'll still have a chance to pick a movie. Don't worry. And that's cool. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. Santa is real. Send stars. Thank you. All right. I think we might as well go ahead and get to it. It is time now for our
Top 5.
Top 5.
All right.
All right. It's all you.
So this week's top 5 is top 5 movies that made me angry that I ever watched them. Top 5 movies that made me angry that I wasted 90 to 120 minutes on.
Oh my gooses. That seems like a good top 5.
Yeah. So number 5 is the remake of Flatliners.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that was horrifying.
It
Not in a good way.
yeah, it nearly flatlined my fucking brain.
Yeah, it was bad, yo.
Yeah. Number 4, and we've done this one on the show, Paranormal Activity.
Oh.
Made me physically angry to watch this fucking movie.
Motherfucking Normal Activity was
Pointless.
bad. Pointless.
Number 3, Cell.
Cell,
John
not the
Cusack.
Cell. Not the Cell.
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 John Cusack
John
and
Cusack.
Samuel Jackson, Stacy Keach. Cell.
Bad.
Very bad. Great book.
Great
Really
book.
enjoyed the book.
Great book.
Nonsensical movie. Movie made 0 sense.
And how you go wrong with a movie? How'd they get?
You know what it
Samuel
was? The fucking editor like chopped it to bits.
So you
where
think
it made
maybe
no
there's
sense.
a good version of Cell somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
In most bad movies, it's the editor's fault.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Number 2, Uncle Peckerhead.
Uncle motherfucking Peckerhead, yo.
This movie made me so mad after I was done watching it.
I was disappointed because I could have spent that time punching myself in the dick.
And the number 1 movie that made me so angry that I ever wasted time on it. And this is the only one I actually saw in the theaters.
Oh, you saw it in the theater?
This one, The Lazarus Effect.
Oh my gooses. Is that
Oh.
the one? Oh, the whole thing takes place in the lab.
Yes.
And it was bad. And it should have been good. It should have been good.
It should have been good.
Do you think that was another cutting room floor one?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It should have been good, but it was very, 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 very bad.
It was so awful. Like there were so many good ideas in it, and they wasted every single one of them.
Donna says, opening the vault of Hoffa. I don't think they did that, but it was similar. That
Brian, what other movies have you seen that made you so upset you even wasted the 90 minutes doing it?
You don't want to hear the fucking menu. Menu.
You were mad at that movie?
I fucking hated that movie so much.
Wow.
So much. That one is number 1 on my top 5 of movies that just made me so angry.
I enjoyed the fuck out of the menu.
I hated the menu. Troll 2 from the 80s. Yeah, Troll 2 was, well, you had to follow up Troll 1. That was hard. All right. Let me see. There's, I would say, other than that, I think there was any of the Puppet Master movies. I hate
You
it.
saw more than one?
I've seen more than one. The remake of Child's Play.
Oh yeah, that one was bad. I don't even think I made it all the way through that movie.
The remake of no, I turned it off. I was so mad. I was so mad, and you know what? I'm a huge fan of Aubrey Plaza, like a huge fan. I love Aubrey
And
Plaza.
I'm a huge fan of Mark Hamill.
And I was very disappointed. Ghoulies, I actually loved, Tony.
Fuck you! I love the Ghoulies.
Ghoulies was great. Ghoulies was awesome. These are not.
Fucking Detective
granted,
Benson. Hell yeah!
It was a bad movie, but it was so bad it was good. This is movies that's so bad they make you mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ghoulies was not one of them.
And it had Detective Benson from Law and Order in it.
Anyway, yeah, I can't do the noise. I can't do the noise, but you know the noise. All right. So we're gonna continue talking and chatting with you guys. But if you want to Chris, you got a pencil?
I do.
And a piece of paper?
I do.
All right. So if you want to pick next week's movie, put your name in the chat. Just say me. Okay, just say I want to pick next week's movie in the chat. Go ahead and do that. And
then we'll put it on the
wheel.
Yeah.
The wheel knows all. Tony, who should be forever banned from ever picking it up, he's the first one on there. And
yeah, if you want to pick next week's movie,
if you want to pick it, just put your name on there.
Yeah, shout out your name, and then we'll put you on the wheel, and it'll be really fair.
Okay, Delilah plays the dead girl. Put me in there. I want to be in there. All right, anybody else? Come on, we got Chris, you want to do it?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's do this. It could be anybody. Anybody else in the chat want to pick next week's movie? Just put your name in there. We're gonna spin the wheel of destiny, and it could be you.
I don't see why Audrey's not piping up.
I don't know. Audrey seemed to want to be. You know why? She probably ducked out. She probably stopped watching. Audrey, you still there?
She picked a banger with the Jeepers Creepers.
She did. She picked a banger. It was a good one. I have all the faith in the world in Audrey. Audrey, do you want to pick next week's movie? Do you want to have a chance to do that? I'm like looking at the chat, literally, and seeing if, like I'm expecting to see it, sure. Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, you got a few minutes. We've got a minute or two to do this, so it's not that big a deal. Once again, Jason is sick. Quizmaster Jason is sick this week. He will be better next week. It's not that kind of sick. It's more like the I ate bad sushi sick, I think. So either way, I do wish him a speedy recovery. He is one of my most favoritist people. Very nice person.
Sending him thoughts and Pepto.
Thoughts and Pepto. Or Imodium, depending how bad it is. Yeah, so are there any upcoming horror movies, Chris, that you're excited for? Because
there's I want to well, if I win the game, there's one I'm gonna pick. But no, there's nothing on the horizon that I've seen lately.
Okay.
I think all the strikes kind of petered stuff out for a hot minute.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I have you and this is wait, hold on one second. Did Audrey is here, but she doesn't want to pick a movie.
That's fine.
Apparently she doesn't, and that's okay. We love you, Audrey, anyway. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So So I'm just trying to find something else to possibly watch at this point in time, because it's very hard.
Have you watched the Chucky series?
The I have. I liked it.
I liked it too.
I liked it. I loved that my my friend is in it, who played the original little boy.
Oh, Audrey's picking her movie, but she needs to go on the wheel.
No, you need to go on the waiting list, darling, but that's okay. But you need to go on the wheel. I'm going to put you on twice just because you never, you have a good movie. All right. And you know what? There's no real rules to this.
No.
All right, let's see. All right, anybody else? Oh, who do we have on the wheel so far?
Tony, Delilah, Brian, Chris, and Audrey.
All right, anybody else? It is now the time to speak up or forever hold your pee, or whatever they say. Because it's getting to be about that time.
It is that time.
It is that time. And Uncle Peckerhead sucked.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you like horror comedies, watch something else. Donna, do you want to pick next week's movie, Donna? Is that what you're trying to say? Or are you just saying hello? I don't. The one thing I've always loved about Donna is she's never been normal. Never. Not once. Not once since I've met her. And that's okay.
Those are the best kind.
Oh, that's it. No, she's amazingly sweet.
She says put her on the wheel.
Kind. And she said, put me on the wheel. Oh yeah. Donna's on the wheel.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Is that it? All right,
yeah,
so we're going to bring the wheel up. Share screen. Wheel of names. We're sharing the screen. Are we not? Yes. We are sponsored tonight by Publix. Save now at Publix. No, we're not, actually. Well, you don't have to tell us the movie yet because you haven't won yet. But that's okay. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Chris?
Yep, do it.
Can I get a drum roll? Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, it looks like it is. Audrey is the winner.
Looks like we're watching Strangeland.
Looks like we are watching Strangeland for next week. Next week's movie is Strangeland. Dee Snider's Strangeland. You're going to love this movie, or maybe not. Maybe you might hate it, but you'll find out once you watch it. So everybody, please, Audrey, very good. Strangeland, you are a winner, my darling. That is a good thing. I think I'm gonna make some T-shirts from the Slab. What do you think?
That sounds great.
That sounds great. Chat, would you like some From the Slab T-shirts? Let us know in the chat. Just let us in the chat. Let us know. Just say sure T-shirts, or fuck yeah, or you guys suck, or whatever. I don't care. Tony Metal Kitchen says yes, which is good.
Brian, what you got going on this weekend?
This weekend, I got to tell you, I don't have a whole lot going on this weekend. I think we're going to try to get ready for a garage sale. And maybe set up for Christmas, because I haven't really, Jackie Christ says yes on the shirts, by the way. Donna says no shirt. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really celebrated Christmas in quite a few years, and now I am a respectable, happily married man, and I've got grandchildren. I've got all sorts of reasons to celebrate Christmas. So I think I'm going to maybe set up for Christmas too. I'm going to hang Christmas lights, do some crazy Christmassy things. How about you, Chris? What are you doing?
I got a weekend with Sugar High coming up. Friday night we're doing a private party Friday night.
Ooh, I want to go to that.
Yeah.
I
and
can't.
then
It's private.
And then Saturday night we're down at Dean's in Punta Gorda.
Punta Gorda.
Punta Gorda.
The little gourd.
Yeah. Should be fun.
You're going to be in the little
fun.
gourd.
Yeah.
I bet it will be. I bet it will be.
Dean's is great. Dean's is great. It's fun time every time.
Did you learn Sugar High yet?
Yeah.
You learned watermelon sugar, but did you learn Sugar High yet?
Oh yeah, no, not that one yet.
Okay, but watermelon sugar you got.
Yeah.
Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening. Yeah, that's cool. Good. Good deal. All right. Well, if you are in Punta Gorda, please go see Sugar High at Dean's. If you have not seen this man play, you should. He's a maniac on the floor. And he's playing like he's never played before. He's amazing.
I think I've heard that before.
I just made that up so you couldn't have. That's the thing. Anyway, so yeah, I'm so excited for next week. The triumphant return of Quizmaster Jason, first off. Strangeland. It's nice to see you too, Donna. Kisses for your face. So next week we got Strangeland. We'll have a brand new top 5. Of course, as usual, I get Uncle Peckerhead to do the synopsis on, and Chris gets Strangeland. I get Salem's Lot. Chris gets Jeepers Creepers. Anyway, but that's okay.
There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Freaking phenomenal right here on From the Slab. I may come up with some new shit too. You never know.
All right.
But you'll have to tune in next week to find out. Guys, if you are here tonight, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We love you all. Okay. Yeah, it's freaking cold, Audrey. It's cold. I used to have to go outside to smoke. Now I'm doing it inside the oven with it turned on. It's cold. No, it's cold up here. I don't know where you are. Well, you're in Bradenton. It's probably 80. You could probably go swimming right now. Yeah, you're in Parrish or whatever.
It's 51. 50.
That's cold. That's Florida cold.
It's chilly.
Florida cold.
It's chilly. It's brisk.
That is Wisconsin brisk, Florida cold. Just saying. But yeah, thank you guys for being here tonight. We really appreciate it. If you're watching this in a replay, thanks for being here and watching it in a replay. We really appreciate you. Make sure you tell your friends about it. We are here every Tuesday night, or almost every Tuesday night anyway, at 9 p.m. And it's, Audrey, it's 38 here. I don't know. I'm going to check. I'm going to check what it is here. Because now I feel it is 44 degrees right here.
Yeah, that's cold.
It's cold. It's cold. 38 where Audrey is, and Audrey lives like literally, I think 3 houses away from me.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
It's 50 here. It's fine.
Make sure you tell your friends about From the Slab, and don't forget to pick up our new novel called From the Slab by Just Chris and Monkey Boy. It's available wherever paperbacks are sold, and it is on the New York Times bestseller list. You're Summerfield. You're not far at all. No, that's just right around the corner. E-blankets are $20. E-blankets. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate you. All right, guys, thanks so much. Are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go too. We've been here way too motherfucking long. We love you. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.